Pull up a seat and get cozy because today we are diving into a tutorial on how you can create digital video invites. Last week I did a video talking about 5 super easy digital products that you can start creating and selling on Etsy right now. And this one was a smash hit because it is bringing in bank. So I got lots of votes from you guys in the comments and people wanted to learn how to make these. And today I'm going to show you click by click exactly how I would do it. Let's pop over to Etsy and look at what the potential is. Over here on Etsy, I have done a search for video invitation and I have filtered it by best sellers. So we are only looking at listings on this page that are flying off the shelves that are selling really well. I have my profit tree Etsy radar extension right here, which is going to give us data and tell us how many times it's selling per month, how old the listing is, how much revenue it's made total, how much revenue it's made in the last month, all of that great data. What's amazing about Etsy Radar is it's giving this at a glance data, and it's only $67 right now for a lifetime access. That's amazing if you need to save some money on subscriptions and things like that if you're just getting started. So I will link both my tutorial for Profit Tree so you can see all the things that it can do, and also a special link to that one-time fee where you can get the lifetime access. So this is the listing that we looked at last week that really just kind of captured my attention. It's really too late to be designing for Halloween right now, but we can definitely be inspired by it. This listing is less than 2 months old and it's already brought in about $1,000. And remember, that is mostly passive. Once they've created this product, they're not having to do anything. The customer is buying the template and going in and making edits. What I really love about it is that it's selling at about $12 a pop, which a lot of times digital products are going to sell for less than that. So it's a really great profit margin for a digital product. Here's another listing that is a bestseller. It is about 2 months old and it's already brought in $141. Obviously, very different vibe, very different approach happening there. You want to avoid any of these intellectual property violations. Don't do anything that would be like pop culture related. Here's another Halloween one, brand new, less than a month old, already made $200. Here's one that's 2 months old. Look at this. So this is a cute birthday invitation. It's sold as animated, like so that it moves and they can go in and change their data. And it's brought in about $353. So we could go on and on. Like I love this one too. This is the quinceañera video invitation. It has made over $2,000 in 2 months. So you can see these numbers grow. And especially if you get into some of these micro niches, quinceañera is a pure perfect example. You can really start to see the money add up. So I found a shop that was really inspiring to me. And it's been on Etsy since December 2022. Lately, it's been focusing mainly on video invitations, and it's bringing in about $32,000 a month. And that is, again, mostly passive. The shop has cleared over $300,000. So this is where I was like, wow, these listings are new. This shop isn't very old, and they are making bank. We need to take a look at this opportunity. So the first step for designing something like this is to find the opportunity. We know what kind of product we want to create, and we don't want to be copying anyone, right? Both for ethical reasons and also because how great are you going to do if you copy? You need to come up with unique ideas, and that is how you can shoot to the top of the first page of search results. So what we're going to do is we're going to just start by searching for digital invitations and see what's out there that might be a good place to start. I like to type digital invitations and then I like to filter by bestseller. This is something that you can do without any kind of tool. You're just going to go to all filters. And then if you scroll down a bit, you'll click star seller. This is a little workaround because there's no bestseller filter. Click show results. And then if you come up to the address bar, you're going to carefully remove the word star and replace it with best. And then you're going to see this filter here go to bestseller from star seller. So now everything on this page, including ads, are all going to be bestsellers, and we're going to be able to see at a glance the best possible data. So we see here, this is the one we were looking at for Halloween. It's a bit late to be doing something like that. This is really cute for a 5-year-old's birthday. Remember, these are not, this one's a video invitation, but these are actual just static invitations that someone would just text over as a picture. And so they can give us ideas of what we can go then create as a digital video invitation. So they can really inspire us and we can go create something similar, but as a video invitation to mix it up and create our own place in the market. So this one here it's made about $177. It's only about a month old. That's really cute. And we know that that kind of design would do well. We know that it would sell year round, which is really nice. This is interesting. This is already a video one, but that's the one that's making $2,000 that we looked at. Okay, so this is really cute, very coquette. We're seeing the bows. That one's made about $2,000 in 7 months. Okay, so another really interesting one would be like Friendsgiving. We could do a Thanksgiving dinner, Friendsgiving dinner invitation. So these are even like the lower cost ones. They're not the most of these aren't the video ones. Here's one that's Halloween, but it's just I think that's a paper invitation, maybe even. You know, we could also go and filter by digital product. I like to do that sometimes too, just to make sure that I'm not seeing anything that's going to be mailed in there as well. I need to just correct my filter again. So this will simplify my results even more. So I would just look through here. Okay, so boho birthday could be a great one. Thanksgiving would be the next one to design for after Halloween. You could be doing Christmas. So many of these are, oh, look at this. Here's a 3-year-old invitation. So what if we did, so we had something evergreen. What if we did a little girl's birthday invitation for a 3-year-old? Look at, you could do one that would be soccer or football. There's so many ideas. So let's do something like this one, but so like sequins, pastel colors, we know that's super, super on trend right now, but we'll do it for a 3rd birthday. So we're not directly competing and we're doing our own thing. So from here, we are going to go to Canva. And I'm going to make this really simple for you. And if you look below the video description, I'm going to give you the template for exactly what we're going to create. So when we're done, I will like literally put it on a PDF for you as a template download that you can have free, and you can go modify it from there. But for us right now, this is another workaround if you don't want to grab that freebie. So we want something that's going to kind of give us a base that we can work with. So these are all kind of the wrong. Oh, that could work. That's really cute. It's not changing scenes, but that's okay. There's lots of cute animations in there. So I'm just looking for one that has, oh, here. I think I've worked with this one before. It has some animations in it that are already built in. It'll save me some time, and that changes. That's what I want, because I want to just save myself the trouble of having to build in the change. So we are going to work with this template. Obviously, we have to make some changes because this is very like dark, and we need something brighter. We need something girly. Let's go ahead and play and see what the animations do, though. Okay, so confetti, there's a video going in the background. The dates are all there. This is animating. And this is animating. Okay, so inside Midjourney, let me show you how you can create a video. The first thing you do is you generate an image. So we're going to go /imagine. I'm using the Discord. You could also just do this in the browser version, but this is where I like to work. So I'm going to paste my prompt that I saved. Very simple. I just literally said what I wanted. Hand-drawn, colorful, pastel confetti in the air, blank, or I would say like what? Yeah, blank background, equal dispersion, studio. This is just a style of art that would make it kind of a little more hand-drawn. Aspect ratio 2:3. So I'm going to go ahead and run that by hitting enter. Let's see what it gave us. Okay, so, oh, this is really cute. So I don't really like this because it's not a white background and I want to turn it into a video. So let's just not deal with that one. This is kind of cute. Of all of these, I think the first one is perfect. And I think if it animated, it could just be a really sweet, like even dispersion of the confetti throughout the invitation. So let's go ahead and work with that one. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to click U1. So this means upscale, and they're numbered 1, 2, 3, 4. So I click U1 to tell this one I want it to upscale into a higher quality. Now that that's complete, I can animate it. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to click this button here that says animate low motion. And it's going to turn it into a video for me. We want to keep it in aspect ratio 2:3. Now they are ready, and we can click on it to see them bigger. They're all going to be about the same. So let's just see. See, it's on about a 5-second loop. I like number 1 the best again. So I'm going to go ahead and click upscale 1 again for the first video, because again, it's going to be 1, 2, and then 3, 4. That's how they're labeled. And now I can go ahead and download it. Right here, video confetti, save. Next up, we are going to go and we're going to create the number 3 for our invitation out of sequins. And so when I tested this yesterday, they were turning out the best in ideogram. So to save us time, we're going to play there. And you can see kind of what I was able to get. Let me go ahead though and show you how I would figure out how to prompt this. I would go to home and I would go to the search, and I would search sequin numbers, because I want to help myself create a prompt that is going to look the way that I want it to look. And now for you guys, I'm just giving you the prompt, right? So it's going to be on that free PDF. But for the future, this is the way that I search for things. So I'll go and I'll look for something that is what I want it to be. Let me say live through sequence. I'm looking for a certain vibe that has, like, that looks little girl, that looks really realistic. This is actually really cute. They almost look like, they could almost look like mermaid as well. What does this say? The numbers 2025 are prominently displayed in sparkly sequin design, and each number has a unique color palette ranging from blues. Oh, this is great. So let's go ahead and copy this, and we're going to put it in here where we can see. So we want a vibrant, colorful illustration of the number of, oh no, it's actually going to be the word 3. The letters three are predominantly displayed in sparkly sequin design, and each letter has a unique palette ranging from blues to pinks, yellows, and greens. Perfect. Surrounding the numbers are splashes of watercolor paint in various shades, creating artistic and dynamic backdrop. Additionally, there are colored circles. We don't need that. So I am just curious what that's going to give me. I'm going to go ahead and run it, and I'll get you this prompt and the other one on the PDF I'm going to give you. So go ahead and generate and see how it's going to look. It may not be right for the confetti, but how this is just too cute to pass up. Let's just see what we got. Oh, cutie. It doesn't look like sequins at all, but I'm going to say displayed in realistic, sparkly sequin. Each letter has a unique color palette. You know what I might do? Because I don't even really like how the splotchy is showing up. Why don't I combine this with my original prompt? So if I grab the prompt I was using yesterday when I was planning for this, this is it. So let's just kind of combine it together. So if we take sparkly sequins, each letter has a unique, I like the palettes. I just want to try that and see how it looks. So I'm going to go ahead and remove that, copy that, and then here where I told them what letters to do, I'm just going to remove this. So now it says a decorative image of the word 3 spelled out in large 3-dimensional letters filled with bright, colorful sequins. Each letter has a unique color palette ranging from blues to pinks and yellows to greens. The letters are outlined in a thick border of their same color. The background is white. The image has a whimsical party-like quality with its bright colors and festive elements. The letters are photographed straight on against a white background. Let's run that and see if we get closer. Okay, so depending on the vibe you were going for, like this is really cute for pastel. It's kind of a cute little girl look. This one is actually really cute as well. Okay, so here's my concern with what we've got. This is too pastel for that video. So you would need to redo the video in order to, and like go more pastel with the prompting in order to get it to match this. This is absolutely beautiful. This prompt would totally work. But for the purposes of saving time and making it look aesthetic, I'm going to use the design I was able to create yesterday with the original prompt, which you're going to get both of them. And so I know that this is going to work okay with our confetti. So like, let's say we were going to use this one. I've already downloaded the one we're going to use, but you would go into it and you would click upscale, and that's going to make it a higher quality. And then once it's upscaled, you can go ahead and click download. And you can download it into wherever you're going to use it. So that's how you would actually get the file, but I'm going to use the original one that I've got. So back over here, what I love about using this template is that things are already animated for me. It's going to save me some time. But the first thing we're going to do is we're going to upload the elements. So we're going to grab our video that we downloaded, and then I've already got my my letters in there. So go ahead and upload that. And then I can delete out the video that's in here. So what is this here? Position, layers. Okay, this is a gradient. That's kind of cool. We'll see if we like that there or not. I'm going to move it over for now. I'm going to click the video in the background and delete it out. There we go. Now we can go back to uploads and we can pull our own video in here. So you can pick and choose the elements that work with what you're creating, which ones don't. I think that this gradient is not ideal, but what I am going to do, oops, that's not what I wanted. What I am going to do, and if you're ever having trouble selecting things, just click on it and go to position and layers, and it's really easy then to find the thing you want to work with and click on it. If you're having trouble selecting it, I use that all the time. We're not going to need a lot of these other elements. You might like to use them, but I'm going to go ahead and delete out all of these guys because they're just not going to match it. I'm going to delete this guy out. We're not going to need the 21st birthday because we're bringing in our own numbers. And then what I am going to do is I want to make the background confetti a little less bright and intense just so that we can see the invitation details. So the way that I'm going to do that is go to Elements and then just a rectangle. And you could do any color that you wanted. I really want to stick to the color palette I've been working with. So I'm going to make my rectangle white and then go here to the transparency and just pull it way down so that you can still see the confetti. It looks really cute, but it's not dominating the entire picture. And now I can click on these things. So I'm going to click, I'm going to hold the shift key and I'm going to click all the way up. And I'm going to change all of these things to black. You may have to do the elements, these guys, separately from the letters. This here I feel like is, I don't like the shadow on it with the, I think it worked great on the black background, but I don't like it on here. Let me try a splice though. That looks really cute. So we're going to now go back to our uploads and bring over our letters. Now, if we were to look at that original, this example that we were looking at, something else you could do, because I think what's really cute about it is the kind of tilted letters. It looks a little more playful. It looks a little more finished. If you have the time and you want to do it, you could literally split this up into separate letters so you could tilt them and whatnot. I'm just going to, for the sake of time, click background remover and leave it at that. But I think this would be really cute if we separated out the letters and then you could kind of like tilt them, lean them, make them look a little more cohesive with the design. Okay, so 3. And then here's another thing you can do. I love to go to Pinterest to get ideas. So what I typed in was third birthday party. Here we go. We did third birthday party for girls ideas. And you can see the different like Young, Wild, and 3, which is what I think we're going to do for this one. But you can find other little quotes and things. Little Miss Three-Nager, T for 3, Little Miss Three-Nager, 3 Haw. Oh my gosh. So like, here's the thing. Once you've got this template, which I'm literally giving to you and you can go tweak it, you can change out the elements and the designs so quickly for some of these other themes. Just create some new artwork, like spend the time to really make it look good. But once you've got the template, you could literally create 10 different invitations for 3-year-olds that encapsulate these different themes. What's gonna determine whether or not yours sells or not is paying attention to the demand, which we know that there's demand and there's low competition in this space. It's going to be the quality of your design. And you're really going to need to pay attention to the details. I would spend some time building your brain cache and studying the best sellers. Even if it's not just the videos, just study the bestseller invitations, because that's really going to be what's going to make or break you. So coming back here, we're going to go ahead and put in Young, Wild, and 3. And I'm going to come add a text box. And I love the text Hallamum. I think it's so cute, and I think it would look good for this. Young, Wild. And then I don't like the ampersand on this, so I'm actually going to make the word and separate. Bring her up here. Ooh, you know what could be cute too is if we did like and. I don't love this. I was going to say. Nope. Okay, so let's go ahead and switch that to Hallamum and just see how it looks. Do you see what I mean? Like, you need to take the time to finagle with this stuff, and we're not going to get it perfect. The way that we're going to end up with this design is not how I would sell it, because it needs to be even more perfect, but it's going to give you what you need to go ahead and be creating these. I'm going to go ahead and select these 3 and move them down. Young, Wild, and 3. What else? Let's go ahead and back and look at the Please Join Us For. Is that what we have here? Yeah, I like that better. Please join us for. Please join us for. And then we can use this font again. I need to think of a name that's really popular. What if we did Sophie's? Sophie's third birthday party. Now, what's going to happen here is we want to animate it. See, we could make that look better. This is where I want you to do the work, because third birthday party should look better. I just don't want this to be an hour long for you guys. So that could be more aesthetic. But I think what's important to teach you, it all could be more aesthetic, to be honest. What I want to teach you is how you can now animate this. So if I hit play, it's actually pretty adorable. It's pretty sweet. Now, let's say I wanted to animate this part down here. I could select all of these pieces. I'm holding down Shift as I click on them so that it multi-selects. I can go to animate and I can tell it what I want it to do. So I want it to rise. That's kind of cute. I can have it pan. I can have it fade. I kind of like the rise. So I'm going to click rise, and then you can have it animate on either the entrance and the exit or just the entrance. I'm going to do just on enter because when I go to the second slide, I want it to stay there. I want those details to stay there because what we're going to do now, and let me see here. Do I want to just play it one more time? No, I think it's really cute. Now, we're going to go to the second page, and this is where it's going to get fun too. So here, what we can do, actually, here's what I'm going to do to make it really simple. I am going to go to our original one, and I'm going to click duplicate because that way the confetti is already in place and the birthday information is already in place. So back here, we can switch we want to turn off the animation on these. Okay, so to turn it off, you have to click on them individually. You can't multi-select. That's kind of annoying. Click animate and then remove animation. There we go. So now when it goes from the first page to the second page, we want the bottom stuff to stay there. We're going to do those. We're going to change the design. So from here, let's go ahead and get this frame. And we can delete out this stuff. I guess I can leave some of that because I'm going to be putting in RSVP information. Okay, and then this is going to be a picture of our birthday girl. So we could put in a sample we can do. Since they're not going to be using this part, I'm not as worried about it. But you could also use AI to create the girl. 3-year-old or photos. You want to look for something kind of aesthetic too. So don't settle for a mediocre picture. You want something that matches the aesthetic of the card and like helps it look elevated. They can put in whatever picture they actually want. I'm going to change to little girl, but you want yours to be really good. Oh, this one's kind of cute, but I don't like her background. That's kind of cute, but I think it looks like a low quality photo. How does this look? That's really cute. That kind of works. It's a little more muted, like it's still not the perfect. This is what I'm talking about, the details. It's very cute. The picture though is a little more muted. Oh, see, if she was 3, this would be perfect. Can you, oh my gosh, but she is definitely not 3. See, it looks like kind of a crummy picture. This is where it matters. You don't need to spend all day on it, but I will say that these decisions help with the conversion. This girl just looks, this is cute, but she looks older than 3. You know what though? That's actually perfect. Okay, so now we can pull this down. I actually think that font is going to be terrible for RSVP. Let's do this font. I'm actually not even crazy about that. What was this? This is, oh, actually, what if we just take the effect off of it? Yeah, that's better. Okay, so now we don't need this anymore. This can be deleted. Now we've got our base invitation. And you could animate any of this that you wanted to. But like you get the idea. This is how it's done. If you use the base one that I'm giving you, you'll have some of these things already animated, but you can add an animation to anything by clicking on it and going to animate, and you can tell it what you want it to do. That's where the fun can really begin. So how do you sell this on Etsy? What you're going to do is you're going to go to share, and you need to make it a template link. So click see all if it's not there, and then this is what you want, template link. And what this does is you're going to click create template link. What this does is create a copy of this that someone else can download, but then they're not changing your original. So for example, when they open your link, let's go into a new browser. We need to go into a different browser so it's not logging right into my account. Let's go ahead and click Control V to paste it. This is the template link, and this is where it will come. And so then they can click edit template in their own Canva account. So what you're going to do is you're going to take that template link and you're going to put it onto a PDF. So for example, this is like a dummy PDF that I have, and this is the kind of thing that you can design. And what you're going to do is it would go here. So I would go ahead and what you could do is just add a new text box. You definitely don't want it to be in cursive. So let's go ahead and change that to play fair display. Now, little word to the wise, make the text itself, I know it looks messy, but you want the text itself to be the link, and then you want the link, the hyperlink, to also be the link. And the reason for that is, let me go ahead and move it up here and make it look a little better. Sometimes the link is stubborn and it won't work, and you want the customer to be able to just copy off of here and paste it. It will save you DMs. So I know it doesn't look as pretty as a click here button, but it will save you trouble. So what I like to do is I'll make it a little bit smaller. It doesn't need to be that big. See how that I kind of made it smaller and it neatened up like that? You want to make it blue so it looks like a clickable link, because it technically is. It's just Canva. So we want to do, there we go. We want to make it look like a normal link, and maybe make it bold, and then I will stretch it out again. So then it's telling them access your digital invite template here, and then if they click on it, they can click here and it'll go to the correct page. So then you want to make sure and have on here, the link above will take you to the Canva project where you can edit your party details, add music, and download the file as an MP4 to send to friends and family. Need help? If the link is not working, try to copy and paste the link into your browser. That's going to save you trouble. And then you have your branding on here. So this then we save as a PDF file. Download PDF. You want it to be the one for best for documents and emailing, and you do not want to flatten, because that'll make it so they can't click this link. So don't click any of these buttons. Just leave it like this. Click download. And then I like to name it, I like to call it access your party, your invite template. Because what's going to happen is that's the file that you're going to upload into Etsy on the back end that will be delivered to the customer. So they're literally going to get this PDF branded for your shop with the link, and that's how they're going to access it. Phew, we really covered a lot of ground, but I hope you learned a ton. In fact, let me know in the comments if you liked this video, what your favorite thing was to learn and what other things you want to learn, because I am here to show you the way, my friend. If you want to go deeper with me, make sure you get that free PDF download, right? You're going to get literally my own Canva template link to the video that we created. You're going to get the prompts that I used for the videos on Midjourney. You'll get the prompts we used in Ideogram to create the number 3, and it's going to be super helpful for you. But also, I have a package of 2,000 prompts for tons of digital products, from digital paper, PNGs, SVGs, wall art, coloring pages, a whole bundle of prompts that will help you create high trending products. And then also, as soon as you have that prompt, you can pop that puppy into ChatGPT and ask it to take the base prompt and create whatever you want. So it's going to give you so much value. That's down below. And if you love my learning style and you want to get even more into the weeds of how to figure out what to design on Etsy and actual tutorials, how to create all kinds of digital products, you're going to want to look at my AI workshops. You can buy them one by one if there's a particular thing you want to learn, and there's great discounts for you below. Or the absolute best value is to get a bundle of all of them. It's that bundle by itself is 40% off. It's a crazy deal waiting for you below if you want to go deeper with me. Otherwise, I will see you on the podcast, How to Sell Your Stuff on Etsy, which drops every Thursday with lots of tips, strategies, inspiration, interviews with other Etsy sellers. So much there, over 200 episodes for you to learn from. And I just can't tell you how much it means to me that you take your time to watch my videos, to learn from me. It's an absolute honor, and I hope that it just brings you so much value. So until next time, have an amazing week. Thanks.